What if I told you that the position you fall asleep in every night, something you've done for decades without a second thought, could be quietly damaging your nerves while you rest, increasing your risk of numbness, burning pain, balance problems, and even falls as you age? Most seniors I speak with believe neuropathy develops during the day from walking, standing, or just getting older. Very few realize that some of the most harmful stress on the nervous system happens in the dark, while the body is still and unable to protect itself. I'm not talking about rare conditions or extreme behaviors. I'm talking about common sleeping positions that feel comfortable, familiar, and harmless, yet place constant pressure on nerves and restrict circulation for hours at a time. After 60, nerves recover more slowly and damage accumulates silently. By the time symptoms appear, many people are told it's permanent. In this video, I'm going to show you the sleeping positions that can quietly accelerate nerve damage and why understanding and correcting them now may shape how steady, independent, and pain-free you feel in the years ahead. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Sleeping too curled on your side, when the safe position quietly damages your nerves. Many older adults believe that sleeping on their side is automatically good for them, and in theory, it can be. But here's the part most seniors are never told. It's not the side sleeping that causes nerve damage. It's how tightly you curl your body while doing it. I see this mistake every week in my clinic, especially in patients over 60 who wake up with numb legs, tingling feet, or burning pain that seems worse in the morning than at night. When you sleep curled tightly on your side, knees drawn high towards your chest and shoulders rolled forward, your spine is forced into a flexed position for 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours straight. In a younger body, nerves may tolerate this. In an aging nervous system, they often cannot. This posture narrows the spaces where spinal nerves exit, especially in the lower back and hips, and it places continuous pressure on the sciatic nerve and surrounding blood vessels. Over time, that pressure quietly reduces oxygen and nutrient delivery to nerve tissue. Here's what makes this especially dangerous for seniors. Nerves heal slowly after 60, very slowly. What starts as mild morning stiffness or a sleeping foot can, over months or years, progress into persistent numbness, burning, or electric sensations that don't fully go away during the day. Many people assume this means their neuropathy is getting worse on its own, when in reality, it's being aggravated every single night. I often hear patients say, "But I curl up because it feels comfortable." And that makes sense. Tight curling can feel secure, especially for seniors with anxiety, back pain, or balance concerns. Unfortunately, comfort does not always mean safety. When the hips stay flexed all night, the muscles shorten, circulation slows, and nerves remain compressed without a break. The result is cumulative nerve stress, small amounts, repeated endlessly. Another overlooked issue is circulation. In a tightly curled position, blood flow to the legs and feet can drop just enough to irritate already vulnerable nerves. This is why some seniors notice burning feet at night or pins and needles when they first stand up in the morning. These are not random symptoms. They are signals. The good news is that this kind of nerve stress is often preventable. Simply learning how to side sleep without collapsing inward, using pillows to keep the spine neutral and hips open, can reduce pressure and give nerves a chance to stabilize. Small changes done consistently can matter more than medication. And this leads to an uncomfortable but important question. If one harmless sleeping habit can quietly irritate your nerves for years, what other nighttime positions might be doing even more damage without you realizing it? If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Sleeping on your arm or hand, the nighttime habit that slowly suffocates your nerves. Some of the most serious nerve damage I see in adults over 60 begins with something that feels completely harmless. You fall asleep on your side, your arm tucked under your head or folded beneath your chest, and everything feels fine. No pain, no warning. But hours later, you wake up with a dead hand, tingling fingers, or a burning sensation that takes longer and longer to fade as the years go by. Here's what's really happening. When you sleep on your arm or hand, you compress critical nerves, most commonly the ulnar nerve at the elbow and the median nerve at the wrist. These nerves are responsible for sensation and strength in your fingers and hand. In younger adults, brief compression usually resolves quickly. In seniors, prolonged pressure during sleep is far more damaging because aging nerves tolerate stress poorly and recover slowly. The danger is not the position itself for a few minutes, it's the duration. When pressure is applied for 6 or 7 hours straight, blood flow to the nerve drops. Oxygen delivery declines. Waste products build up. The nerve fibers begin to misfire. Over time, repeated nightly compression can transform temporary numbness into chronic neuropathy, weakness, or loss of fine motor control. Many older adults tell me, I wake up and shake my hand until it comes back. That's not a harmless inconvenience. That is a warning sign. It means the nerve has been deprived long enough to stop functioning properly. When this happens night after night, the nerve does not fully recover between episodes. Damage accumulates quietly. There is also a hidden risk most seniors are never told about. As we age, the protective padding around nerves thins. Arthritis, joint stiffness, and reduced muscle mass mean there is less natural cushioning. That makes nerves far more vulnerable to compression from body weight alone. What felt safe at 50 can become destructive at 70. This problem is especially common in people who already have early neuropathy, prediabetes, or circulation issues. In those cases, nerves are already under stress. Adding mechanical compression during sleep accelerates the damage. It's not uncommon for seniors to notice worsening hand numbness, dropping objects, or difficulty buttoning clothes and assume it's arthritis, when nerves are actually the culprit. The solution is not complicated, but it does require awareness. Keeping arms free, supported by pillows rather than pinned under the body, allows nerves to rest and circulation to continue overnight. This simple change can reduce morning numbness and slow progression. And once you understand how quietly pressure alone can injure nerves during sleep, the next question becomes unavoidable. What happens when your entire spine or legs are being compressed all night without you noticing at all? 3. Sleeping on your stomach, the position that twists your spine and starves your nerves. If you wake up with a stiff neck, aching shoulders, or a strange tingling that runs down one arm and can't quite explain why, your nerves may be sending you a message about how you sleep, not how old you are. Stomach sleeping is one of the most damaging positions for nerve health in adults over 60, Yet many seniors keep doing it simply because it's familiar. When you sleep on your stomach, your body is forced into a position it was never designed to hold for hours. Your neck must rotate sharply to one side just so you can breathe. At the same time, your lower back sinks, your spine arches, and your shoulders are pulled out of alignment. This combination places constant torsion on the cervical spine, the area where critical nerves exit the spinal cord and travel into the shoulders, arms, and hands. For younger adults, this stress may only cause temporary stiffness. For older adults, it's far more serious. With age, the spaces between the vertebrae narrow, discs lose hydration, and arthritis becomes common. When the neck is rotated all night, these already tight spaces compress nerve roots and restrict blood flow. Nerves don't just get irritated, they get undernourished. Many seniors who sleep on their stomach report waking up with arm numbness, pins and needles sensations, or a dull burning pain that radiates from the neck into the shoulder or hand. Because these symptoms often improve slightly during the day, people assume they slept wrong and move on. But when the same stress happens night after night, nerves never fully recover. Over time, intermittent symptoms can become persistent neuropathy. There's also a balance issue most people don't connect to sleep. The nerves affected by stomach sleeping play a role in posture, coordination, and head position. Chronic irritation in the neck can subtly affect balance and reaction time, increasing fall risk, one of the most serious threats to independence after 60. This is not a small concern. Falls change lives. Another overlooked factor is breathing. Stomach sleeping can restrict chest expansion, reducing oxygen intake slightly but consistently. Nerves are highly sensitive to oxygen levels. Even mild, repeated reductions can worsen nerve fatigue and inflammation, especially in people with circulation problems or sleep apnea. I often hear seniors say, "I've slept this way my whole life." That may be true, but your spine and nerves are not the same as they were decades ago. What your body tolerated at 40 can become harmful at 70. Comfort does not equal safety. Transitioning away from stomach sleeping isn't easy, but it's one of the most protective changes you can make for your nerves. Supporting the body to reduce spinal twist gives nerves a chance to rest instead of fight compression all night. And once you realize how much damage one twisted sleeping position can cause from the neck down, it raises a bigger question. What happens when pressure builds lower in the body, right where neuropathy often starts, in the legs and feet? If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Sleeping with crossed legs or locked ankles, the silent pressure that starves nerves in your feet. If you often wake up with numb toes, cold feet, or a strange burning sensation in the soles that slowly eases after you start moving, your nerves may be reacting to something you never consciously chose. For many seniors, the problem isn't what they did during the day. It's how their legs rested all night. Sleeping with crossed legs or tightly locked ankles is one of the most overlooked positions that quietly worsens neuropathy after age 60. When legs are crossed at the knees or ankles, even lightly, pressure is placed on key nerves in the lower limbs, especially the peroneal and tibial nerves. These nerves are responsible for sensation, muscle control, and balance in the lower legs and feet. In an aging body, these nerves already receive less blood flow than they once did. Adding hours of compression during sleep further reduces circulation and oxygen delivery right where neuropathy often begins. What makes this position especially dangerous is that it feels passive. Many seniors don't intentionally cross their legs, they drift into it while sleeping. Once there, the body stays still for hours. Unlike daytime sitting, there is no natural repositioning, no standing, no walking to restore circulation. Nerves remain compressed without relief. Over time, that repeated nightly stress can turn mild tingling into persistent numbness or burning pain. I often hear patients say, "My feet feel dead when I wake up, but they come back after a while." That recovery window is shrinking. When nerves are repeatedly deprived of blood flow, they become less resilient. Signals misfire, sensation dulls, balance suffers, and balance loss is not a minor issue. For older adults, impaired sensation in the feet significantly increases fall risk, which can change independence overnight. Another important factor is circulation. Many seniors already have some degree of vascular stiffness or reduced blood flow to the lower legs. Crossing the legs further narrows blood vessels, compounding the problem. This is why symptoms often appear first in the feet, not the hands. The nerves farthest from the heart are the most vulnerable. This position is particularly harmful for seniors with prediabetes, diabetes, or existing neuropathy. In these cases, nerves are already under metabolic stress. Mechanical compression during sleep becomes the tipping factor that accelerates damage. What feels like a small habit can quietly undo progress made during the day. The encouraging part is that this is one of the easiest patterns to correct once you're aware of it. Using pillows to keep the legs slightly separated and ankles relaxed allows circulation to continue and nerves to rest. Over time, many seniors notice warmer feet, less morning numbness, and steadier balance. And once you understand how leg position alone can influence nerve health so deeply, it naturally leads to the next concern. What happens when the entire lower body is held in a bent, slouched position all night, cutting off circulation even more severely? 5. Sleeping in a recliner or slouched position, the habit that quietly cuts off circulation to your nerves. For many older adults, the recliner feels like a safe haven. It eases back pain, helps with breathing, and feels more comfortable than lying flat. So it often starts with a nap and slowly turns into an all-night routine. What most seniors don't realize is that sleeping in a recliner or slouched position for hours can quietly starve nerves of blood and oxygen, especially in the legs and feet. When you sleep sitting upright or semi-reclined, your body remains in a prolonged bent position. The hips stay flexed, the lower back rounds, and the knees often remain lower than the heart. This posture compresses nerves in the lower spine and hips while also reducing circulation to the lower extremities. In younger adults, the body compensates. In adults over 60, that compensation is limited. Nerves in the legs and feet already sit at the far end of the circulatory system. They depend on steady blood flow to survive. When gravity keeps blood pooling downward for 6 or 7 hours, nerve tissue receives less oxygen and fewer nutrients. Over time, this can worsen burning pain, numbness, and that heavy, dead feeling in the feet many seniors describe first thing in the morning. There's another problem that often goes unnoticed. Recliner sleeping limits natural movement. In a bed, people shift positions dozens of times a night, even without realizing it. In a chair, movement is restricted. Nerves remain under constant tension without relief. That lack of repositioning allows pressure to build in the lower back, tailbone, and hips, areas where major nerve pathways pass. Many seniors who sleep in recliners tell me their neuropathy seems worse at night and first thing in the morning. They feel stiff, unsteady, and hesitant to put weight on their feet. This isn't coincidence. Prolonged sitting sleep can temporarily worsen nerve signaling and balance, increasing fall risk during those first steps of the day. This position can be especially harmful for people with circulation issues, diabetes, or existing neuropathy. In those cases, nerves are already vulnerable. Recliner sleeping adds a mechanical and circulatory stress that accelerates decline. While short naps in a recliner are usually fine, full nights spent there can slowly push nerves past their tolerance threshold. It's important to say this clearly. Many seniors choose recliners for valid reasons: pain, breathing problems, or reflux. The goal is not blame, it's awareness. When possible, transitioning nighttime sleep back to a bed with proper support allows the spine to lengthen, circulation to improve, and nerves to recover. Even small adjustments like elevating the legs properly or limiting recliner sleep to short periods can make a meaningful difference. And once you see how nighttime habits, from curled positions to arm pressure to recliner sleeping, can quietly shape nerve health, one final question remains. What happens when all of these small stresses add up over years? And how can you protect your nerves before that tipping point is reached? Protecting your nerves while you sleep. Small nighttime choices that shape your future health. As we age, one of the hardest truths to accept is how quietly fragile the body becomes. Not weak, but less forgiving. After 60, the margin for error narrows. Nerves recover more slowly, circulation adapts less efficiently, and habits that once caused no harm can slowly turn into silent stressors that accumulate night after night. Sleep, which should be the body's time for repair, can quietly become a period of ongoing damage if we don't understand what's happening beneath the surface. What makes this especially important is that most nerve injury during sleep is not dramatic. There is no sharp pain to wake you up, no obvious warning sign. Instead, pressure builds slowly. Blood flow decreases just enough. Nerves are compressed just long enough. Over years, these small insults add up. Tingling becomes numbness. Numbness becomes burning. Balance subtly worsens. Confidence fades. Many seniors assume this decline is inevitable, when in reality, much of it is preventable. The deeper message here is not fear, it's awareness. Aging does not mean surrendering control. It means understanding your body's new limits and working with them instead of against them. Sleep positions, limb placement, circulation, and spinal alignment all matter more now than they did decades ago. Not because you are failing, but because your nervous system deserves protection. This is where proactive thinking changes outcomes. When you learn to reduce nightly nerve compression, improve circulation during sleep, and remove unnecessary stress on vulnerable tissues, you are not chasing perfection. You are preserving function. That preservation matters enormously over the next 1, 3, or 5 years. Stable nerve health means better balance. Better balance means fewer falls. Fewer falls mean independence, confidence, and the ability to continue living life on your own terms. Looking ahead, the choices you make tonight will echo into your future. Seniors who protect their nerves early often maintain mobility longer, sleep better, and experience less chronic pain. Those who ignore early warning signs may find that symptoms progress faster than expected. The difference is rarely luck, it's understanding and adjustment. This is not about drastic changes or complicated routines. It's about respecting your body's signals and responding thoughtfully. Small corrections done consistently can slow or even halt decline, and that is powerful. Your body is still working for you, but it needs you to work with it. The real question is no longer whether nighttime habits matter. It's whether you're ready to use this knowledge to protect your future health before those quiet warning signs turn into permanent limitations. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.